why Dominik Mysterio's match got removed from WWE Night of Champions. WWE is returning to Saudi Arabia this week for a highly anticipated double feature. Friday night SmackDown followed by Night of Champions 11. While fans are excited about the action-packed weekend, one major match has been unexpectedly scrapped, leaving many surprised and disappointed. Dominik Mysterio, also known as Dirty Dom, was originally scheduled to defend his WWE Intercontinental Championship in a high-profile rubber match during Night of Champions. However, WWE made an announcement on this week's episode of Raw that the match has been canceled due to an undisclosed injury. Now, new backstage reports are shedding light on what really happened. According to a report from PW Insider, the injury is very real. Dominik is currently dealing with legitimate rib issues that have ruled him out of competition for the upcoming event in the Kingdom. This development forced WWE to change their plans on short notice, disrupting a feud that had been gaining traction in recent weeks. Dominik's reign as Intercontinental Champion began at WrestleMania 41, where he won the title in a hard-fought Fatal 4-Way match. The bout features some of the most dynamic competitors in WWE today: Penta, Braun Breaker, and Finn Balor. Against all odds, Dirty Dom walked out of that match with the gold, cementing his place as one of the most talked-about superstars in the current roster. Since capturing the title, Dominik has successfully defended it 3 times, twice against Penta in brutal, crowd-pleasing contests, and once against Octagon in a surprise match on SmackDown. His ability to retain the title in such high-caliber bouts showcased a new level of grit and ring awareness, something fans hadn't always associated with the young Mysterio. More recently, Dominik is embroiled in a heated rivalry with none other than AJ Styles. The Phenomenal One had made it clear that he was targeting the Intercontinental Championship and wanted to add another title run to his illustrious career. Styles, a former Intercontinental Champion himself, was pushing for a title match at Night of Champions, setting the stage for what was expected to be one of the marquee bouts of the night. Unfortunately, those plans came crashing down. WWE's announcement on Monday caught many off guard, especially since the company gave no specifics on the nature of Dominik's injury. The vague update sparked widespread speculation, but PW Insider's report has since confirmed that the injury involves his ribs. The severity of the damage or the expected timeline for recovery has not yet been disclosed. This is a frustrating development not only for fans, but also for Dominik himself. He has worked hard to establish credibility in the mid-card division, stepping out of the shadow of his legendary father, Rey Mysterio. The Intercontinental Championship run was a major career milestone, and this injury comes at a time when his momentum was clearly building. The timing of this setback is especially unfortunate considering WWE's focus on delivering high-profile matches for its premium live events in Saudi Arabia. Night of Champions is one of the most prestigious events on the calendar, and Dominik vs. AJ Styles had all the ingredients of a classic. With that match now off the card, WWE may need to pivot quickly to offer a suitable replacement. As for AJ Styles, his quest for gold will have to wait. WWE has not announced a substitute opponent or new match for Styles at the time of writing, though more details could emerge during SmackDown in Saudi Arabia. Despite the disappointment, fans are hopeful that Dominik's injury isn't too serious. Dirty Dom has grown significantly as a performer in the past year, both in the ring and on the mic, and his presence on WWE programming has become a weekly highlight, especially through his involvement with the Judgment Day faction. Injury setbacks are part of the unpredictable world of professional wrestling, but with the kind of momentum Dominik has built, there's little doubt that he'll bounce back. For now, though, the WWE Universe will have to wait a little longer to see the next chapter in his championship reign. Stay tuned for further updates on Dominik Mysterio's condition and any announcements regarding the Intercontinental Championship picture in the weeks ahead. Dominik Mysterio expected to retain WWE Intercontinental Championship despite injury. Despite recent concerns, Dominik Mysterio is expected to remain WWE Intercontinental Champion while he recovers from a rib injury. According to a report from PW Insider, the injury is not considered serious enough to warrant vacating the title, easing fears that WWE might be forced to crown a new champion prematurely. Although Dominik has been pulled from some in-ring activity, Sources have indicated that his condition isn't alarming and he likely won't be sidelined for long. While no official return date has been announced, the belief within WWE is that the 28-year-old Judgment Day member may only be out of action for a short period, potentially just a few weeks. This approach suggests WWE is confident that Mysterio can resume competition without long-term issues, allowing the company to keep its creative plans on track. As a member of one of the most prominent factions on Raw, Dominik's presence, both on the microphone and in segments, remains valuable even if he's not competing physically. The news comes amid earlier speculation following the Night of Champions event, where storyline developments hinted at possible changes due to his condition. However, those changes now appear to be precautionary rather than permanent, and there's no indication at this time that WWE intends to strip Mysterio of the Intercontinental Championship. Meanwhile, fans can still look forward to an anticipated third showdown between Dominik Mysterio and AJ Styles. WWE official Adam Pearce mentioned the matchup on a recent episode of Raw, signaling that the rivalry is far from over. The history between the two superstars adds depth to the developing storyline. Dominik claimed victory in their first singles encounter back in October 2022, while AJ Styles evened the score in their rematch this past February. A rubber match between the two seems inevitable, and could play a key role in how WWE continues to elevate Dominik's singles career. Facing a veteran like AJ Styles has already helped cement Dominik's status as a legitimate competitor, especially since stepping out from the shadow of his father, Rey Mysterio. Even though Mysterio's heel persona continues to draw heat from the WWE universe, it's clear that the company sees long-term potential in him. His alignment with the Judgment Day faction, especially his dynamic with Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, has only added to his growing popularity or infamy, depending on fan perspective. For now, WWE seems content to let Dominik rest and recover without forcing any major changes to the Intercontinental title picture. As long as his injury doesn't worsen, the expectation is that he will return to ring soon and continue his reign, possibly setting up his next major title defense against AJ Styles when the time is right. In the meantime, Dominik is likely to remain visible on WWE programming, perhaps through promos or backstage segments that keep his storyline momentum going. WWE has become increasingly flexible in how it handles injured superstars, especially when there's strong storyline investment, something Mysterio certainly has in his favor, perhaps through promos or backstage segments that keep his storyline momentum going. WWE has become increasingly flexible in how it handles injured superstars, especially when there's strong storyline investment, something Mysterio certainly has in his favor.